have another edition of Driving Carelessly, the show in which we turn on the radio and talk about what it is that we find. That, of course, was Barbra Streisand. To me, one of the most recognizable voices. I was commenting on a YouTube video about Michael McDonald. It was a video saying something like Michael McDonald was everywhere in the 70s and 80s, we just didn't know it. And they had some very good points and some good musical insights, and I think it's great how Michael McDonald sang with various artists as a backup singer and solo singer, and I always enjoy his voice very much. I say always, yeah, I really like his voice. And his Christmas album, his Motown albums, Doobie Brothers, of course. But in the comments section, someone had said that Michael McDonald and Karen Carpenter were immediately identifiable. And I added Cher, Barbra Streisand, and Dolly Parton as being immediately identifiable. And somebody else wrote, everybody famous is immediately identifiable. Well, no they're not. But I started thinking about it, and of course they have a point. If you've heard somebody sing a lot, then you can recognize their voice easily. If you've only heard somebody once, well, you don't recognize it because you've only heard it once. But there's tons of examples of where you're not quite sure who you're listening to. But I think at the first sound of Cher's voice, or Barbra Streisand's voice, or Dolly Parton's voice, or Michael McDonald's voice, or Karen Carpenter's voice, you know who it is. I think. Now, my favorite artist is probably Diana Ross, but she has different periods. In the Supremes' 12 number one hits years, that little girl breathy voice doesn't sound very much like her solo hits, and her anthems and her dance songs can sound quite different. You can listen to somebody for a couple notes and not realize whether or not it's Diana Ross if you haven't heard that song before. But I think the minute you hear Dolly Parton, you go, oh, that's Dolly Parton. I don't know. So to me, those are the most identifiable immediately for me. I don't know. What do you think? Let's see what else we got on the radio. Legends 100.3, clearly.
Coast Climate Research Facility is in the eye of the storm. The atmospheric pressure to find more weather specialists.
When the water spreads out. So, explaining there.
It started by saying, Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody.
That guy has the best accent.
And we're now helping him and his family after a terrible accident. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Everybody who comes to our firm...
Alright, so I guess this is going to be a short edition of Driving Carelessly on a Thursday night. Cyndi Lauper. Cyndi Lauper's come on lots of times when I've been recording this show. I think a disproportionate amount of times. Alright, well that's it for this edition. Hope you are having a wonderful Thursday evening or whenever you're watching this. And I will be back with another edition of Driving Carelessly, the show in which we look at ourselves in the phone and go, all right,